Hello, my name's Mik Scarlet and I'm an access expert. I'm here in Gerrards Cross on the request of the residents of the village, as they've got some issues about some of the new works around pavements and the new roadway system between Packhorse Road and Station Road at the access to the new Tesco's, and further down Packhorse Road near the cinema. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wheel round with my camera mounted to my wheelchair and give you a wheelchair user's eye view of what it's like, and I'll also kind of comment on the other different types of impairments that might be impacted by some of the issues that I can already spot. So here we go. Okay, so I'm now setting off. Apparently this is Station Approach, not Station Road. I'm coming up to the crossing. It's on an incline, which is quite difficult. And I'm now crossing the road. This part of the road is level. The incline up to the central island is also quite hard. I'm now crossing to what I understand is a refuge island where the traffic goes in different directions. However, as you can see, it doesn't exactly have enough space for people and wheelchair users, or even prams. Now we're coming up now to the other side of the road, which is on an incline and also up a hill. I'm actually being pushed now by my assistant because it's quite steep to do. One of the issues I feel myself is that there is you have to cross back into the road to cross in the opposite direction. I shall explain. The crossing I'm now standing at, let me press the button. I'm sorry for the wobble, that's how the tactile pavement affects wheelchairs. So I'm now waiting to cross Packhorse Road towards Tesco's, and I have to cross to the central reservation there, which is where the traffic goes in the opposite direction, and then I have to cross again towards Tesco's. But so I don't cross directly across Packhorse Road. I have to cross 3 times, and that's the same for the other side of Packhorse Road coming to down Station Approach. Oh, here we go, the lights are green. So let me explain. You go across here, and this is the central reservation to change the opposite direction of traffic. And now we have this refuge point where if I want to get to the other side of Packhorse Road, I cross here. The camera's falling off because of the terrible bubbling. Right, so I'm now going to go back in the opposite direction. So, to me, there's this extra level of crossing to allow access to the other side that does seem to be a little unnecessary. I can see where the planners and the architects have come from. It has got a lot of the new thinking in public realm design. You know, a lot of the street furniture has gone, but to me there are quite a lot of issues around pavement widths as well. I'm coming up to one now, which is the road that for Tesco's and onto Packhorse Road. If you see that pedestrians have to actually squeeze out of my way to get past, and this part of the road here, the traffic signals seem to have been placed on the pavement. So for a wheelchair user, you would want to go in a straight line here, but you can't. So you have to move to go around these. I have to go around here and do this and swing back. Now, that's okay, but there is a very good chance that I may slip off into the road, which of course, if traffic is coming, this isn't to cross the road, this is just to use the pavement. I can't press the button, which is really difficult to do because the button is here, and of course, to press that straight on, I would need to be facing it, which I can't do because I'm on the tiny pavement on the incline of the tactile paving. And also pedestrians are having a very hard time getting past me because I'm taking up almost all of the pavement. Sorry, this bit's a bit boring, but I'm waiting for the traffic lights to change. They have changed it. Here we go. There is also no way of knowing if they've changed because you can't see the man because you're facing away from it, which is a little strange. And so we're coming back now to where we started. I think the two elements which work the worst, shall we say, or are least successful, is the junction I've just crossed over from on Packhorse Road, and this junction on Station Approach that has opposite the opticians and the photo studio, because of the fact like I said before, you're crossing an awful lot of different zones. In fact, I'm going across because there's no traffic coming. So I come here and now I've got to go down an incline, go down another incline, go up this area and then go up an incline and then up a very steep incline which I need to be pushed over to get to where I started. All in all, this section of the public realm development nearly works, but annoyingly the mistakes or the elements of it that don't work well do make it dangerous. I have quite a few worries about people falling out their wheelchairs or losing control of their wheelchairs on the incline sections. I think it's quite confusing if you are visually impaired, if you're on the neurodiverse spectrum, or if you have any form of learning disability, because there isn't a clarity of transport line. There isn't a direct route for you to travel. There's lots of down, wiggle, round, diggle, wriggle, and that's very confusing. With the lack of street furniture, which I know is the current thinking, that makes it even more difficult if you are visually impaired. I personally would feel that maybe the answer is to form some kind of focus group with disabled people in the area and to get their input, because it can be made much better very easily. In my report I should give a few suggestions, but one I feel that might work would be to create a raised road area which would be a traffic calming effect for the vehicles, but would also allow a more level access for those people, well, for all pedestrians, not only us with mobility impairments, but of course prams, pushchairs, older people, anyone really. Right, I'm now going to go and look at the next section of this centre that the residents have issues with. I'm now at a crossroads on Packhorse Road, which has got Station Road, and I think it's Elthorpe Crescent, which is the approach to the cinema. And this is also works that have been done recently. This is another area where a lot of the residents have considerable issues, and what I want to do is do a circuit again and just give you my thoughts. Right, I'm now going down Packhorse Road towards I can't even read that side. Anyway, this crossing here. Well, yet again we have an issue where we're going uphill on an incline, over. I can't even get to the button to push it, so the buttons are just completely badly placed. As you can tell, on the opposite side of the road there is a car parked on the drop curb. So even if I could cross, I can't because of the positioning. And this is why the drop curb needs to be much closer to the actual corner of the road. One, to prevent people having to wheel up and down this hill, and two, to prevent idiots from being allowed to park. So on the drop curb, don't park there.
We're waiting to cross.
See, this is the key to good environmental design, is considering not what people will do when they do things right, but what people will do when they do things wrong. Partially parked in a disabled bay, over the drop curb, where only that far up the road is a single yellow line, which is totally fine for him to go and get out of his car and walk down the road. So I am now trapped here.
Excuse me?
It's alright, it's not going green yet. I mean, also, the traffic lights seem to take an inordinately long time to change. I mean...
I can't believe that this guy's just going to sit there even though we're waiting to cross.
Well, it's great for the video, isn't it? I mean, let's face it, this does not work. I could provide some kind of running commentary, but trying not to swear. Anyway, so hopefully he'll be moved soon and the lights will eventually change. I don't quite know what's going on. This seems to be one of the worst pieces of town planning I've seen in a long time. It'd be alright if it was old, but apparently it's quite new. Anyway, still the lights haven't changed.
They've changed now.
No, they've changed now. We still can't cross, of course. And they've changed back again. Thank you! Lovely! It's lovely! Anyway, don't swear. I can now cross the road and take my life in my hands. Now, apparently this crossing here is one that is very dangerous for people in powered wheelchairs. I can see why, because by reaching the top, I'm now touching the wall.
I know, it's done.
So I'm now going to go down here. No, that's very bad. That's just very bad. Could I not suggest that what would be a better solution would be to put the crossing in a direct line here? To move it approximately 1.5 meters, maybe to the end of the drain, which is just down there. I'll get my finger in, it's there. And have it level with the pavement. It wouldn't even be that difficult, I don't think, for the traffic lights. Although it might be, I don't know, but it just seems to me that would have been the sensible place to put the crossing.
Middle section could be.
Well, you could, I mean, yes, you could do the sensible thing of raising the whole middle section, creating another traffic calming area and making it much easier to cross. And now crossing Packhorse Road again towards Station Road. Right, here we go. This crossing is not as difficult, although it does seem to have broken my camera stand. And this is a sensible. Sorry, it's not my best video work, I must admit. But this is a sensible pavement width. I mean, you can see that as you come up, you have enough space to turn. And then if you compare that to that side of the road, and you see that if you cross the road and someone is at the cash point, there's going to be an accident. Oh, there you go, I'm just going to let someone by. Even on this part that's a bit tricky. Hello! I'm now going to cross the last... So this is the crossing at Station Road. I can't believe it's taken me 5 minutes to do 2 roads. I mean, I know I'm talking, but blimey. Can't be rushing anywhere, can you? I mean, I know we come from London, but blimey, this is a different pace of life entirely. Sorry about that, that was a little bit of joke of humour there for you. We still can't cross, no? Yes, well, there's a lot of silence on this video, isn't there? So we'll be going over there. I mean, at least this has got, you do cross at corners, which is better than obviously the other area. over how long it takes. Finally. Can we have another? And up onto a cambered pavement. So now I'm crossing back to complete the circuit. And we will end up back where we started. If we look at the junction, to me the obvious solution is to create a raised zone. The pavements here are very shallow with a, I would say no more than a 10 to 12 centimetre at the most curb drop. So it would be very easy to create a slightly raised road calming effect so that the road became the same level as the pavement, and then it would be easy for everyone to cross. It would hopefully calm down traffic at night and actually look nicer too, especially because Station Road and the road opposite, which I still can't see the sign because the sign isn't painted, are both slightly raised. So actually you could even make it a gradual raise across them and then just have the drop section on Packhouse Road. This is going to take Ethorpe Crescent. Hey, the locals are telling me what the names are.
It's hard to see them.
And now the lights are green and someone has parked across the crossing.
Yes.
Which is another reason why you need traffic calming, to make people understand that they can't just drive their car like they bloody fancy. God's sake.
They obviously don't worry about entering box junctions.
They don't worry about anything, do they? Right, so we are back. And as you can tell, there we go, I'm going to now watch this person be wheeled up. There you go. That wasn't exactly what you'd call comfortable. When I first drove into Gerrards Cross and we drove through the two junctions, I was unsure what the residents' complaints were. From a vehicular standpoint, it seems to work quite well. However, now I've walked or wheeled around, I can see that it is very difficult to do, very time consuming, I have no idea why the traffic lights seem to run the way they do, and there are several places where you seem to be made to work much harder than you need to just to cross the street. So, as I said, I think there are solutions. They aren't actually that costly, and I think it might make the actual centre of Gerrards Cross a much more pleasant place to be, safer for both road users and pedestrians. So I shall tell you all about it in my report.